Hey guys, welcome back. This is Cat Monkey. On my channel we make creepy, nerdy, and sometimes cute edible desserts, although I do sprinkle in arts and crafts here and there. And if you clicked on this video, you already know we will be making Immortan Joe, specifically from Mad Max Fury Road. I do believe he comes out in Furiosa. I haven't actually seen the movie yet. I'm going this weekend, which is like in 2 days. So I promise to watch it. I'm a big fan. He is one of my favorite movie villains. I feel like he should hit a lot of movie villain lists, like top of all time. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. If you're new here, I always like to start off my projects with a sketch so I get a more like intimate look into how they're built, what their components are, and so on. Definitely needed to do it for Immortan Joe because of his lovely mask, his greatest feature in my opinion. And now I'm just thinking I should have made a version where the mask was removable to show like the gory details underneath post-murder, but alas, maybe for another time. Here is the final sketch. Sorry, the paper's so dirty. I'm actually filming this after I'm done with everything. I just forgot to do like the final reveal. But yeah, I think it turned out great. And now I can jump into making my cake. Apologies for my cat's tail in the frame. I know that probably grosses out a lot of people. No worries. This cake is just for me and my husband to eat. Yes, we do eat cake pretty regularly. We don't demolish them all in one sitting. But yes, they are put to use, but only in our home. I've said this before, but if there are any customers out there, be assured that the kitchen will be very sterile. The cats will be kept very far away, and surfaces and floors are all cleaned and pristine. So I made the cake mix, and I decided to do kind of like a muddy, dirty, bloody color. After all, he is human. He's not like an alien or anything, so I wanted to make sure that it was bloody or had a blood look for the cake sponge. And now you get to see those travesty. So why do they all look like boiling pustules? Essentially, I had made the cake batter, put it in the fridge, took it out of the fridge, and when I went to bake it, I left out the batter for a while, so I thought they had come to room temperature, but apparently not, and that's why they kind of bloomed in this very grotesque way when baking, because the heat wasn't being evenly distributed throughout the cake sponge. But that's okay. They still turned out great. Like, I just had to shave off the tops. They were actually also really fluffy. Probably one of the better cake sponges I've made. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe the temperature had something to do with it, but they tasted great even though they looked disgusting. Now we're jumping into making the modeling chocolate. So I always make a batch of modeling chocolate of any colors that I don't have actively on hand. I do these projects pretty much back to back. So I'm always reusing leftover colors from the previous cake or edible sculpture. For this guy, I had to make his main colors from scratch. So that's kind of a light peachy, like a very, very light skin tone, as well as his like platinum blonde hair. I then cover the cake as well as the Rice Krispie treat mix in a layer of modeling chocolate to kind of seal it all together so that I have like a nice, clean, even base to work off of. Once that's done, I then get to sculpting the good parts. Like, this is the best part. This is the part that I find the most joy in. Everything else just builds up to carving this guy up. So I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I had not seen Furiosa yet, and I feel really embarrassed for that, but I have good reason. And that reason is social anxiety. So basically, I don't like to go to movies that I know will be like super popular. Like, I don't like to go day one because the theater will be crowded. and it'll most likely be a long movie, and I'll have to go up and pee, and so I'll need an edge seat, but I also just don't like sitting in a mass of people. It just makes me really uncomfortable. No, like nothing against them at all. It's all on me. So I kind of like to wait a couple weeks when the crowds have died down. Unfortunately, so sad to say that this movie hasn't been doing well in theaters, Furiosa. And that was super surprising because I just think about how blown away I was when I first saw Fury Road in theaters. I was not prepared. My eyes were like rolling in the back of my head. It was just dystopian bliss. And I've been chasing that high ever since. It's probably one of my top movie-going memories of all time, besides like Lord of the Rings. But yeah, Fury Road is up there. It is a masterpiece. I talked to a friend. He said that Furiosa was good. He said it was mid, you know, current slang. And now my expectations are a bit lowered, but you know what? I find joy through lowered expectations, because then I'm never fully disappointed. Today is the day that we are going to paint and finish Joe. I have been neglecting a lot of things, like cleaning the house and doing the dishes, and today is yet another busy day filled with a lot of things, but we need to get this cake done, so I'm excited to finally have it all completed. Pretty happy with how it looks so far, but yeah, let's get to painting. And here is my Immortan Joe cake. Okay, time to cut into this bad guy. I thought I'd cut him from behind. So if you remember, I had Rice Krispie kind of at the base for his hair to get like fluffed out, and then cake all throughout the middle. I just thought this would be the cleanest cut. And boy, was I happy with the resulting look. Look at those layers, they're amazing. I'm so happy. And the Rice Krispie treat cut through very cleanly as well. I'm a proud mama. Okay, time to taste test. Sorry for this kind of scandalous outfit, but this was right before I was going out for the night, and I was all done up and fancy. But yeah, he turned out great. And that was my Immortan Joe cake. I was pretty happy with how he turned out, specifically the mask part. I feel like his hair could have been like a lot more fluffier and dramatic, but I also didn't want to use too much modeling chocolate. I'm guessing next time, like when it comes to bulking up pieces, I should just use a lot of Rice Krispie to save on weight, to save on material, and so on. If you follow my channel, you kind of realize that this video is shorter than usual. I'm trying to really like condense it down to parts that are interesting, or just like make sure we keep the flow going. So let me know in the comments if you like this format better, a little speedier, less fluff, you know, just trying to get to the nitty-gritty. But I do have my next cake slash edible dessert project already planned, and no spoilers yet, but it was kind of influenced on my just recently scheduled trip to Japan. I mean, it's not until like next year, but I'm still super stoked for it, and it's getting me revved up and thinking about all the Japanese content that I like to watch. I mean, I just paid for a Shonen Jump subscription, so I'm like head deep. No, I don't want to say the other one. Anyways, I am deep into this weeb life right now. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, it's not necessarily horror, but it definitely is kooky. Yeah, I think kooky's the right word. But if you're into that sort of thing, make sure to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.